Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning all. So who got here without any transport issues whatsoever? Oh, you're all fibbing. Or you walked and you stayed at the hotel around the corner, didn't you? So good morning, my name is KARLA JAKEMAN. I'm the Innovation Lead for Connected Transport, if for those I don't know. It's my great pleasure today to be hosting the 10th Transport Data Initiative. It's a bit of a sort of birthday celebration today, so we've made it to 10, so we're very excited about that. I'd also like to say hello to everybody out there on internet land who is following us on the live stream, so you're very welcome. We've got quite a lot to do today. It's going to be quite a packed agenda, so we will try and get through it, and we will make up some time at lunchtime because we've obviously started late, because some of us have transport issues, even if those who put your hands up didn't. We would ask you, please, do follow us on Twitter. We'd like to see us trending, so at TDI Forum or hashtag TDI Bristol. So if you're all doing this, I'll assume you're not bored and checking your emails, that you are actually tweeting. And also, we have something called menti.com. For those who've not come to any of our events before, we have something like Menti, which is a bit like Slido, if anyone's used that before. It's kind of a garage wall where you can park questions, and it looks like that. Thank you. So what we can do is, if you have any questions, any comments, things that maybe you want raising, and it's all anonymous. If you want to raise a question and you don't want to put your hand up, which you're equally able to do, then please do put your questions up here, and they will be fielded by the team, so we will endeavour to answer all your questions during the day. Thank you. Okay, so what's on the agenda today? I'm going to do a bit of a welcome and just demonstrate some stats of how successful the TDI has been to date. Then we have Llewellyn and Tim. They're going to talk about business cases and a successful business case from the local authority industry side. So you'll see that there's a bit of a pattern to the agenda today. So what makes a really good business case from that point of view? Then we have Stuart from Crown Commercial, and he's going to be talking about procurement, which I know is a huge issue for a lot of local authorities. Can you just wave at me if you're local authority? Okay, should be majority of you, which is good. Then we have some coffee and networking. Please do mingle and talk to lots of people. This is your opportunity to meet other local authorities. Matthew and myself will be doing a session on innovation and funding. So for those who don't know, Innovate UK, we are the government innovation agency, and we fund projects which we hope will include a lot of local authorities. And we have some examples here in the room today of successful projects which have been funded. But I'm going to be talking a little bit, as is Matthew, about what makes what sort of things do we look for? What makes a successful application? And what kind of things would the assessors be looking out for? Just to give you a few hints and tips there. There will be a panel discussion, so anything that's come up at the beginning, you can ask us. And then this afternoon, Graham Hansen and Maul Rubenstein will be doing a session on data skills, which again, I know is a tricky area, so I think that's going to be a really good workshop this afternoon. So as I mentioned, I can't believe we've been going since 2015. It doesn't seem that long, but we have, stats are there. 10 events to date, and we've covered 87% of the population through the various different events. We've done them all around the UK, and I think that's, I'm really quite proud of that statistic. I think the team have done a really good job. We've had 469 people through, our network over 1,000, so we do have a lot of people watch on live stream or watch back later on, because we know local authorities don't always have the funds to send people to events, so they can watch it at their leisure online, which works out really well. And we've sold out every event. We were really sold out for this one. We were turning people away. So you're the lucky lot. You are, really. So what have the TDI done to date? So together they have created various different documents and papers on things like GDPR guidelines for local authorities. There's a MAS paper, Mobility as a Service paper, soon to come out. And these papers have been built in line with you guys and some of the comments to address some of the challenges that you're facing. So I know they are extremely useful, and the feedback has been very positive. We have good collaborations with Department for Transport, who are here, will be here later for their workshop, I hope so. The contact group, which some of you may have heard me talk about before at other groups, which is an organisation of lots of different organisations together to support you, such as Innovate, KTN, the Catapults, Highways England, various different organisations to try and support you. The Knowledge Hub. Who's used the Knowledge Hub? Okay, so we need to demonstrate that a bit more. Okay, that's useful feedback. And we have a policy group. If you're in the policy group, please wave at me. Okay, so these guys and me, we help develop the strategy for the TDI to really keep it. We reboot it every now and then, as you've probably noticed, which is appropriate to make sure that we're always moving in line with what you guys want from the TDI. You can tell I didn't write this slide. Big thank you to Innovate UK. But actually, I did add Bucks County Council on here. They founded the Transport Data Initiative for part of the One Transport project, and they drive it. So they're quite hidden in the back, but wave, there you go, they are waving. You would have got your badges off them. But these guys do so much work in the background to really help drive the Transport Data Initiative, and without them, it wouldn't happen. So from me, big thanks to you guys for making this such a success. And thank you to our policy group members. DFT have really appreciated the benefits of working in the Transport Data Initiative and how it's sort of bled from just data into other things. As you can see today, we're talking about procurement, we've done connected autonomous vehicles, we're considering one in the future on freight and last mile delivery. So the topics, it's not specific about data, but you can see that we're trying to adapt it to make it as useful for the audience as possible. And we do want to thank regular attendees, and I've got a list here because I don't want to forget anybody, so forgive me for just reading this. I'm going to name and not shame a few people, but I want to name a few people who have really made an effort to get to a lot of the events. We've got Andrew Radford, Jonathan Raper, Colin Balfour, Walter Tuttleby, who's been to nearly all of them, Matt Coleman, I think is dialing in. Hi, Matt. Joanne Maloney, Sunil Bideo, Raphael Cepedo, Martin DeHever, Richard Greenslade, Graham Hanson, who will be here later on, Paul Marjoram, Pete Parfit, and also a special mention to Paul Darlow, who travels from all around the country to get here. You even came from Portsmouth to Sheffield, bless you. So it really is appreciated, and I wanted to name drop a few of you to say thank you for making the effort, because without you guys, the TDI wouldn't be as successful as it is. So thank you very much for that. Now, that was quite quick, so I can catch up a bit of time. But just please remember, go to menti.com and add in any questions that will be open throughout the day. And we will leave it open this evening as well, so that if you've got questions on the train and you think, oh, why didn't I ask that? You can add it on later on, and we will try and respond back to people one way or another through the various email systems that we've got. And don't forget to tweet. Thank you. I'm going to pass now to Llewellyn, who is going to talk about the road to innovation. Thank you.